Today, we're talking about something big that's on the horizon for 2025. India is getting ready to launch a major overhaul of its environmental protection system, and we're going to break down exactly what's changing and, more importantly, why it matters.
So, let's get right to it. Is this really a major upgrade, and why the need for such a dramatic change right now? Well, to really understand these new rules, we first got to take a hard look at the problems with the system we have today.
Okay, so let's start with the challenges. The fact is, the current framework for environmental protection is under an immense amount of strain. It's just overburdened.
Right now, you've got agencies like the Central and State Pollution Control Boards. These are supposed to be the environment watchdogs, but honestly, they are stretched incredibly thin. They're struggling to keep up with the sheer scale of their task, especially when you think about the vast number of projects and industries operating all across the country.
And the problem isn't just one single thing. It's really a combination of critical issues all hitting at once. We're talking limited manpower, not enough people on the ground, scarce resources, meaning not enough funding, insufficient capacity to handle the workload, and an infrastructure that's just not up to the task. All of this together really weakens their ability to effectively monitor and enforce the rules.
So, with all those challenges, how is the government responding? Well, they've introduced a brand new framework, one that's designed to completely overhaul the system.
And let's be clear, this isn't just some minor adjustment. The Environment Audit Rules of 2025 are a fundamental reform. The core idea is pretty revolutionary for the system. Bring in certified third-party experts to help monitor compliance. It's about using international best practices to finally fill those gaps we just talked about. This new system really has two clear goals. First, to solve that resource problem by bringing in a whole new pool of qualified people. And second, it's about building public trust by making the entire process more transparent, more accountable, and frankly, just more credible.
So who exactly are these new players? This reform creates a whole new ecosystem, really, with each player having a very specific and important role.
Let's break down this new chain of command. At the very top, you've got the ministry, the MOEFCC, which oversees the whole thing. Then there's a new body, the EADA, which will be in charge of certifying and managing all the auditors. And then you have the auditors themselves. They first get certified based on their qualifications, and then they become Registered Environment Auditors, or REAs. These are the folks who will actually be on the ground conducting the audits.
Okay, but how does this all work in practice? It's one thing to have new players, but how does the game actually change? Let's walk through the audit process.
The process is designed from the ground up to ensure independence. First, an individual gets certified by the EADA. Once they pass, they become a Registered Environment Auditor. Now here is the absolute key. The system then randomly assigns these auditors to projects. This is so important because it's designed to remove any conflict of interest. A company can't pick its own auditor, and an auditor can't pick which company to audit. It's all about impartiality.
All right, let's zoom out for a second and connect the dots. What's the intended long-term impact of all these new rules? What is this all really meant to achieve?
This comparison really shows you the scale of the transformation we're talking about. We're moving away from a system with limited oversight and potential conflicts of interest to one with independent verification and unbiased random assignments. It is a fundamental shift from just reacting to problems to proactively managing risks, all while seriously boosting the capacity of the regulatory system with these certified experts.
Ultimately, the goal is a system that's better for the environment and also clearer and more predictable for businesses. The hope is for more credible compliance, improved transparency, and a big move towards data-driven governance. All this new data could even support other important initiatives, like the Green Credit Program.
So, this new framework certainly sets the stage for a major transformation, building a system based on independent verification and data. But the critical question remains, how will this all play out in the real world? Will this new, data-driven approach truly transform environmental governance for the better? I guess only time will tell.